This is Veterans News. My name is Ed Allman. I want to thank Erica Bradley of North Shore TV for the use of her studio facilities here in Lake Success, and to Rebecca Levine for all her professional advice. I'd like to say hello to Rob Ryan. Hello, Rob.
Hey, Ed.
You're a co-host today. And our guest is the president of the UVO and our boss, Brigadier General Pasquale. I'd rather call him Pat. Alesia. He's also the past commander of the Nassau County American Legion. We'll talk to our guest in just a few minutes, but first let us remember the veterans that died recently. Carl W. Koch III was 94 years old. He died at Stony Brook Veterans Home. He was an Army private, but later he became the president and co-owner of the Carl Koch Construction Company. They built the World Trade Center. They provided all the steel for the World Trade Center. Carl wrote a book called Men of Steel before he passed away. We miss him very much. Okay, also, Francis Besner, a Navy veteran of World War II. He lived in Riverhead. Martin Lawrence, 97, Korean War. He lived in the Greens HOA in Melville. I have to find out what HOA means.
Home of record?
Home of record. No, it's an A. Anyway, it's a nice facility
okay.
out in Melville where older people get to live. Lawrence Goldsmith died at 83 from North Belmore. He was a member of Post 655, the Jewish War Vets. He died 3 days after attending the last meeting of the Jewish War Vets. Richard Rocchio, 99, a World War II Navy veteran. He was raised in Uniondale, and he became the Nassau County Director of Energy Resources. Almost done. Kevin McCowan of Sound Beach was a proud Navy veteran, and Walter Lofgren of Westbury and Jamesport. After his time in the military, he got his college degrees from Hofstra and NYU. That's it. Now it's the time for our guest. Pat, you were a general?
Retired.
Retired
Right,
general.
Right.
Okay. You're also the head of the UVO, which is our parent organization. So you're our boss. So I better be good today. Tell me, you were a general, so you had to be a private before that?
No.
No, you weren't a private.
No. I started my military career as a second lieutenant.
Second lieutenant.
I attended City College of New York and the ROTC program, Reserve Officer Training Corps.
Okay.
When you graduate from the school, you get a second lieutenant. You become a second lieutenant.
City College of New York, where was that?
137th Street and Convent Avenue.
In Manhattan?
In Manhattan, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you were second lieutenant upon graduation. Mm-hmm. Did you graduate in uniform?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yes.
Very good.
I graduated with an RA commission, which is a regular Army commission as opposed to a reserve commission. And in order to graduate with an RA commission, you had to be a distinguished military graduate of the program, which I was. And the reason I decided on the RA commission was the additional year, hopefully I would be better trained and equipped because I knew I was going to go to Vietnam as an infantry officer.
Right. Did they send you to a school when you got into the service? Or they...
Yes. Yeah. Started out in the infantry officers basic course at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. From there I went to airborne school in North Carolina. And then Ranger School.
Airborne school.
Airborne school, then Ranger School.
Jumped out of airplanes.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So you were in the 82nd Airborne Division?
Eventually. In order, obviously, to go into the 82nd Airborne, you have to be airborne qualified.
Right.
So I went through airborne school, and then luckily my assignment after graduating from Ranger School was the 82nd Airborne Division out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
How long were you as second lieutenant?
1 year.
1 year?
1 year, from second lieutenant to first lieutenant.
Okay. I heard that you got married during that first year.
Yes, I got married in September of 71 and went to Vietnam in November of 71.
Wow. That's pretty rough on a bride. To
Yes,
leave
yes,
her.
it was. It was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did she know you were going to Vietnam?
Yes, she did. No,
Really?
actually, initially we thought I was going to Germany, but that changed when I was with the 82nd and a levy come down
Right.
and my name appeared on it, and that was the end of that.
Okay. So what'd you do in Vietnam?
I was an advisor with MACV Advisory Team 3 out of Hue, Vietnam, and what we basically did
Hue.
was we advised the 1st Infantry ARVN Division, which was luckily the better of the 3 divisions they had at the
Really?
time. Yeah.
What does an advisor do? How many men worked for you? Americans versus the Vietnamese?
Well, what I did as I basically advised my counterpart, who might have been a platoon leader or a company commander or something like that, and I also ran the compound where we stayed, in terms of running the compound, and we had several Vietnamese workers, and I had to manage that and take care of their pay and so forth and so on.
Did you speak Vietnamese?
Interesting scenario. Before going to Vietnam, they sent me to, where is it now? Fort Bliss, Texas. Mm-hmm. It was a language training school.
Really?
Yeah, so I had 6 weeks of learning the South Vietnamese language.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
You had no Vietnamese before that?
No, no.
And you went,
so I went
6
to,
weeks
yeah, and
studying.
I went South Vietnamese.
Wow.
Or Vietnamese.
Right.
Then went home after graduating from this course, got married, and was on 30 days military leave before going to Vietnam. So when I got to Vietnam,
You
I could
forgot
say,
everything.
good morning, good afternoon, and how are you?
Wow.
But that's
what you get for 6 weeks.
That's what I got for 6 weeks.
Did the Vietnamese speak English? Or
Some of them did, yeah. Some of the civilian employees that we had spoke English, and I picked up a little bit more here and there. But it's still it's a very difficult language to learn. That's for sure.
I'm amazed. How did you instruct the Vietnamese commander?
Well, because they could speak a little English, and I could speak a little Vietnamese, and somehow we got through it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were there for a year?
10.5 months.
Okay. Got out okay?
Got out okay.
Good.
Yes.
Any more questions about his military career?
Well,
yes.
Yeah, sure.
After you got out of Vietnam,
right,
and you had a year left in the military?
No. I de-rossed from Vietnam.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Oh, very good.
Mm-hmm.
How was your flight home from Vietnam? Did you remember that?
Yeah, you have to understand is that I didn't come home with a unit. I came home as an individual.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and we all did at that time. And no, it was okay. My family was waiting for me at the airport. It turned out okay.
Very good.
Turned out okay.
So what made you decide? Now your first part of the military career is over, but you went right back and joined the National Guard. What made you make that decision?
No inclination to become a member of the New York Army National Guard. However, my brother-in-law, who unfortunately is no longer with us, was a full-timer in the 187 Field Artillery out of Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And he convinced me to go to the Armory, to see the Armory and to talk to people, and the next thing you know, my hand was raised, and I became a member of the 187 Field Artillery.
How many times did you fire a cannon?
I never fired a cannon. As a battery commander, you have 6 guns, and you have people who do that.
Okay.
So, I mean, I've done it, but that's not really your job as a battery commander.
Right. How close to the guns were you?
As close as we are right now.
Okay. When they would go off?
That's correct. And part of the
about your
problem.
hearing today?
Okay, I was going to get to that. Part of the problem that I can't hear today is because when we first did this, we never had earplugs.
Right.
And then when they gave us the earplugs, they weren't very good.
Right.
So as a result, I have a little problem hearing today.
Do you have a VA disability?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I do not. No.
No,
Oh, you have to do that.
Why is that?
You have to do that.
Because I never was motivated.
So that was just your choice.
My choice, exactly.
Even
exactly.
if you were to go today,
Yeah.
and if your hearing was not bad, you would get a 0% disability, but you would get a disability. And that opens doors for you. You should
Okay.
get that, you should have the ears checked. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is you get a disability. You make $200 a month for the rest of your life. It's
Okay,
not bad.
that's a possibility,
You
I
really
guess.
should do it.
And no issues with Agent Orange or things
No.
like that.
Thank
Good.
God, no.
Yeah.
Good.
No, no.
Very good.
Very good.
So, as the president of the UVO,
Right.
what are the most significant things that are happening to veterans today where they need help?
Well, what we do in the UVO, it's a group of military organizations to meet on a regular basis to discuss veterans and what we can do to make their lives a little better. We meet once a month at the Cradle of Aviation and discuss the various issues pertaining to veterans. We also honor the veterans on Memorial Day, and we honor the veterans on Veterans Day with a ceremony at Eisenhower Park, which unfortunately is not attended with the numbers that we'd like, but it's getting a little bit better. So we're trying to keep the public aware of some of the problems that veterans may have and what they can do to assist them.
And how's that communication done? How do you reach out to the public and get them involved?
Well, we do it through the meetings that we have at the Cradle of Aviation, and all the individual groups that meet, they have their representatives who are out there in the communities working hand in hand with them. So collectively, that's basically how we handle it.
I mean, we were out at Eisenhower Park a week ago with Lonnie Sherman. He was giving out. They were giving out food. They were giving out lots of sneakers. 350 pair of sneakers.
Oh, that's great.
That day.
That's great. Yeah.
But he's communicating to the veterans either through an email or through a website of what's going on that week, and people are popping in. Do you do that with your own website?
No, we don't, because what we do is we have veteran stand-downs twice a year, and we basically work through Ralph Esposito, who is the Veteran Service Officer for the county. So they get the word out. They put out flyers that we, pass out at county meetings, post meetings, just to try to get as much information out as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
You also have the big Memorial Day event of the UVO.
Yes, we do.
What's that like?
It's a nice ceremony. All the members of the UVO are in attendance, and obviously as many family members as we can. We normally have a local politician who may speak on behalf of veterans. It's a short ceremony, maybe 45 minutes, but it's a ceremony that we take the time to say, hey, we're honoring veterans, or we take the time to say these veterans made the ultimate sacrifice and they should be remembered.
Right. I know it's not a function of the UVO, but the UVO is very involved with it. Don't you have a ceremony for the Walls of Honor?
Yes, yeah, that's another, we're not directly involved with it, but we support it. And that's also conducted at Eisenhower Park, and it's an opportunity to honor veterans who are still alive by putting their names on the Wall of Honor, which is really a nice ceremony. My name is on there, my brother-in-law, my father-in-law, so it's a nice ceremony, and another way to honor veterans, that's for sure.
Yeah. How many names are on that wall? Do you have any idea?
Oh, I don't know offhand, but I know there are about 6 or 7 different walls.
Right. Yeah, it's very impressive.
Yes.
Yeah. If anybody can go to Eisenhower Park, if you have never been there, it's a marvelous location, and there is a veterans memorial area.
Yes.
As soon as you go in on the, which side? Off of Marcus Avenue? No,
No,
Stewart Avenue?
Stewart Avenue. Yeah.
Off of Stewart Avenue, there's an entrance to the park, and the veterans place is just on the right-hand side of the road.
And it's miraculously maintained.
Right.
And it's really a nice place to visit. That's for sure.
There's a large tower there that was built, oh gee, in the
Small
1940s
museum
or
in the
50s.
base of that tower
Right.
that people are able to go in and take a look at artifacts and things of that nature.
Right. Okay. How about the American Legion?
Yep.
What did you do with the American Legion?
Okay, I started out as a member of the Lawrence Cedarhurst Post 339, and somehow or other wound up at the Malvern Post 44 in Malvern. I was a chaplain there. I was a vice commander. And from there I became, while doing that, I was also involved with the county. And I was chaplain county, I was a membership officer for the county, adjutant for the county, and eventually became county commander.
Okay. What was the best thing you did with the American Legion?
I think focused on the family of the American Legion. And what I mean by that, I mean the Legion, the Auxiliary, and the Sons. And we're fortunate in Malvern to have representation at each level. So I think working together as a family, you get a lot more accomplished, and we were able to help many more veterans, I thought. Yeah.
I know the American Legion has a fund where they help veterans when they get in trouble, or they help an American Legion member. Do you know if while you were a commander, if your organization helped any particular veteran?
Well, we did, but that's confidential,
right?
But we were able to do that. There's a committee at the county level that handles that. But what I'm talking about at the post level is where, you know, through donations, you're able to outreach to people and get people to come in and experience different activities. So it's a little different.
So how, since there are plenty of veterans out there that are definitely, they have housing needs, they have clothing needs, they have food requirements that are all falling a little bit short from time to time for these people, how do we even know? I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people that are veterans here on Nassau County and Suffolk County. How do we know who they are? How do we go out and reach them? Because clearly they're not all coming to American Legion.
Yeah, it's easy to handle the person in the Legion who might be having difficulties because we know them.
But it's how do you reach out?
That's the difficulty, and for whatever reason, we have difficulty getting members to come in. And some of the responses that I received was that, you know, I have so many things going on, I can't do this, I can't do that. But my feeling is join the American Legion now, so when you do have the time, we'll still be around so we could help, continue to help people. But the big thing is getting the word out, and you know.
I mean, you look at, I meet people pretty much on a weekly basis these days, and it's amazing to me how little they know what's available to them. And you can take them and escort them up to the, where you work out of the VA hospital in Northport. Just helping them fill out their paperwork, because many of them can't do it. They've been through too much. Their life has not been as fortunate as ours. And they have difficulty with this. So there are things that could be done, but it's on a very small one-on-one basis. I wish there was a way that we could somehow collectively make an announcement, like Lonnie made this past week when he was doing the stand down. I mean, hundreds of people showed up. That's a wonderful turnout. I know it can be done.
Yep. Well, we do the stand downs through Ralph Esposito's office, and we attract, you know, 400 or 500 veterans, and it's basically a drive-through where they get things. So the word does get out, but you're right. You know, we need more publicity.
So what happens at that stand down? The one that we attended on Saturday was food and clothing. What happens?
Okay, the stand downs involving with Ralph, they're drive-throughs, and we prepare gift bags for each veteran that comes through. They're given the gift bag, and then the same individual might be there giving out boots or jackets. I usually man the table that gives out T-shirts and underwear and socks.
Where do you get those? Where do you get those goods from?
Well, we get them from donations, and Reworld.
Everything's new?
Everything's new.
Okay. Everything's
brand new. And also we get donations from Reworld, and we get donations again from my buddy Sid Mandelbaum of Rock and Wrap It Up.
Okay.
The New York Giants have been associated with Rock and Wrap It Up for maybe 20 years. And they have clothing in excess, brand new stuff, that they give to Sid, who contacts Ralph and Paul Vista.
Fabulous.
And somehow or other we get it over there and it's distributed to them.
Where do they warehouse all these goods while you're waiting for the stand-down dates to occur?
Well, we have a community center, as I talked about, where we give out the food on a regular basis, and we have a back room we're able to store. And lots of times Paul will come and pick up the stuff, and they store some of it at their location. So it's when you see 400 or 500 people come through, it's really an amazing thing.
One of the observations that we made on Saturday was it was clear that a lot of these veterans that were coming up to pick up the various goods, whether it would be the food or the sneakers, that they were living out of their cars.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obvious, that was the case. So and what we did is we had a group of people go over to them and kind of have our own private little interview with them to see how we could help. Again, it was on a one-on-one basis.
Yeah.
Got to figure out a way to get, maybe through the churches or the synagogues or whatever, maybe there's a way of working with them to find out who's in their population that we could reach out to, because there's so much that we could be doing. And the more we do in the community, the better, the more chance we have of people joining the American Legions and the VFWs. It's just a lot of work.
Yep. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and the net results are not the best at all times, but you got to keep doing it as best we can.
Got it. How's that American Legion doing that had that great fire? Have they recovered?
They are almost fully recovered.
That's Massapequa?
Massapequa, Post 1066, and we have a department commander who visits the county in September, and we're going to have the dinner at Post 1066, which is great. And they outreached to people and everybody combined, and I think the effort was great because they're going to be operational pretty soon.
That's great.
That's one of our largest posts in the county.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, they did a great job.
So, and how did that all come about? There must have been, someone must have contributed some finances to help them.
I think across the county, post in the county, we had a representative from 1066 talk at our county meeting.
Yep.
He had flyers to give out, and the overwhelming response was great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, did a good job.
So that's when good things happen.
Yes.
You do some work with leukemia.
Oh, yeah.
So what?
Yes, I'm the president.
How did you get involved, and what happens there?
Okay, I got involved in the Children's Leukemia Research Association about maybe 8 to 10 years ago, just as a member of the board. And as I became more experienced, and I eventually became the vice president, and now I'm the president. What our goal is we help families pay medical bills for children suffering from leukemia and blood disorders. That's one focus. The other focus is on helping research activities in the hope of eventually at some point in time coming up with a cure for this particular ailment.
And what is the name of the organization?
It's Children's Leukemia Research Association.
Okay, so and I guess they have a website that you
Yes,
can go
they have
to?
a website, and anyone can go on that website and see what we're actively doing to help these children.
So, do they need volunteers also at that hospital where people can just go in and lend a hand with?
Well, no, we're not a hospital. We're you know, we work out of a like an office.
Okay.
Yeah, right. But certainly they could volunteer, you know, if they wanted to come in and help out with various administrative activities, they might be able to do that.
And what do you need most as this newly elected president of the VOR? What could we do to help you achieve some of your goals for this upcoming year?
Well, what you can do is continue to get the word out. That's the thing. We are there to help. We try our best to help, but like you alluded to earlier, there is a whole population that we're not getting to.
Right.
And if we can get to more veterans, that would be our goal.
Got it.
Okay.
And that could be something that we could even, if there was a need to help this particular organization, that's something that we could spread the word at the various American Legions, that because if they're aware, maybe someone steps up and shows up and makes a contribution.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, Pat, one last thing.
Yeah.
You made it to Colonel in the Army Reserve, isn't that right? Or did you make it beyond Colonel?
I was a full bird colonel, and upon retirement received a honorary promotion to Brigadier General,
Brigadier General.
on the state active list.
On the state
Right.
active list.
Yes.
So they can call you back if you're
No, they
active.
can't. But
Okay. We have another Brigadier General who
Yes.
works for us.
yes.
Bob Guarneri. He's our cameraman. Hello, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Okay.
And Bob and I are close friends.
And you know him.
And I know,
Okay.
obviously know him. And when I was the 42nd Infantry Division Artillery Commander
Yes.
out of the Kingsbridge Armory, Bob was my XO.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Small world.
Small world.
World. Wow.
7 degrees of separation.
And he's also in the Malvern American Legion post, so we know we've been friends for many
Very
years.
good.
So we have a minute left.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to just communicate to the veterans, the people out there that might be watching the show, in terms of, you know, stepping up to the plate and helping achieve what needs to be achieved so that we can make this world just a little
if you
bit
have the time and you have the effort, we need all the help we can get, because there are a lot of veterans in need.
Come on up.
And the more we make ourselves available to help them, maybe we can get to the point where we resolve this problem.
Hey, Roberta, if you're in the back,
Thank you.
come on up.
Thank you.
Very proud of you.
Beverly, come on
everything
out.
that you've done.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it too, Pat.
Good.
Bob?
Can the team come up and join us?
Come on, somebody from the office, come on out here. Oh, we're running out
We're running out of time.
We got 10 seconds.
here we go.
Here we go.
Let's get all these
Come
beautiful
on.
faces. We got
Hurry up.
7.
10 seconds
6.
to get on.
Don't trip. Don't trip.